Education is a key factor that can change one's life both for individual benefit and for society as well. Let us talk about one place, where those who know of it can easily relate to the place's history. Byimana sector is located in the Ruhango district in the southern province of Rwanda. Its infrastructure makes it a source of education which even today has changed many young people into the successful adults they are today. Allow me to tell you about one of the most successful schools in Rwanda. This is the Ecole de Sciences Byimana, or ESB, one of the more reputable schools in Rwanda. It was founded in 1952 by 4 brothers, 3 Belgians and 1 Congolese. Carlino Ferdinand was the leader, along with Paul Octave, Alvarez, and Yumba Edouard. Unfortunately, 2 years after their arrival for their mission in 1954, Paul Octave passed away. Octave is buried and rests in peace at the Byimana Cemetery, but for the remaining 3 missionaries, life was difficult. Since then, there have been years when those brothers have shared the leadership, from Ferdinand to Alvarez, who served for a long time, then to Brother Ngongwa, who was the first Rwandan to lead the school. Brother Ngongwa had studied at Byimana for 15 years, beginning at its creation in 1967, and since then, his authority to lead the school has passed to many other Rwandans, like Melisaba, Alphonse, and Carrera Ngabo, who is the current lecturer of this school. Ngongwa started his religious training in 1965, and 2 years later he was accepted to study at Byimana and completed his secondary studies in 1970. Ngongwa returned to Byimana in 1997 as a lecturer for the school after 37 years. Until then, the school was only for boys. Girls joined their brothers in 1998, but there are still many more boys, who make up 2/3 of the total student population. Ngongwa is an alumnus, ex-lecturer, and director. Currently residing in a Brotherhood home in the Kichikiro sector, his biggest accomplishment was being part of his school. With a warm welcome, he shared with us his experience at the school.
Le 6 juin 1967, la même année, 1967, j'ai été admis à l'école de sciences de Byimana en novembre 67. J'y termine mes études secondaires en 1970 dans la 3e promotion des humanités scientifiques. Je reviens dans cette même école en 1997 comme directeur 37 ans plus tard. De 1997 en 2003, j'ai accompli mon premier terme et le second terme sera de 2009 à 2013, l'année de ma retraite.
Currently, ESB has 801 students. Continuous success at the school has motivated them on a daily basis to keep moving forward, maintaining its good reputation both locally and at the national level. Ishimwe Christian is an O-level ESB alumnus. He was the best performer in the national examination O-level, which encouraged him to keep on at the same school in his A-level courses. He currently studies physics, chemistry, and mathematics as his major subjects. He shared with us the reasons behind his success.
The role of this school. This school played an important role in making me that being the first in the country, can say this school is well equipped with discipline. Discipline in this school is a thing that motivates most students to study well. For example, if you study without discipline, you can't get anywhere, you can't reach to anywhere. And discipline, after having discipline, then it's a key to success.
Crescent Karerangabo, the current leader of ESB, is on the same mission as the former leaders, providing holistic education in conscience, science, and excellence.
The school is 66 years old. That means it was founded in 1952. Since it was founded, so there have been changes in terms of leaders, names. For example, it started by the Ecole de Moniteur. It changed to Ecole Normale Inférieure, Humanité Scientifique, and currently it is known as Ecole de Sciences Byimana. Nowadays, according to the government policy, we have shifted from knowledge-based curriculum to competence-based curriculum. So this helped us to impart into our learners knowledge which is necessary at the market.
This DNA we are saying is making this chromatin and another DNA, they are the same. Suppose these are DNA. Then those genes are transmitted from parent to offspring, carried on the chromosome, chromosomal DNA.
Among the reasons for their success are the library facilities and other learning resources. In their free time, students can go to the library to consult books relating to what their teachers have taught them and what scientists say about the concepts they've learned. This improves the level of thinking of a student because his or her mind is widened and they get to develop their critical thinking skills. The ability to analyze what they have been taught and discover additional information is crucial. Silvestre Musengimana is the current parent representative at ESB. He is proud to share his experience, not only as a parent raising his children at ESB, but also as an expert in education.
This is a school with a very good reputation, and I can explain that in various ways. When you look at the school performance, the students here at various levels, upper and the lower secondary, they are performing well. When you have opportunity to go through statistics, this is one of the good school in the public schools. And when you look at the extracurricular activities and linked to the high goal of the country, you see that the school is really training students, building capacity of students who will be able to contribute to the country development. Like they have what they call Scholar Aid Byimana, and they know themselves and they can even help their colleagues, classmates who are not able to get some basic material, and they are accountable for that fund, and it's really very interesting. When we look at the way they put in place some good initiatives, like the use of Urubuto, it's a kind of software that is enabling parents or caregivers to monitor and follow the performance of students. Wherever they are, you can go and see what are the results of my children, or what about the discipline, and every key information you may need. That's something which is well appreciated here. We also appreciate as a parent the way the school communicates through various channels during the meetings, during the when students are coming here or going back home. They really inform parents what about the program and so on. So there are a number of things we really appreciate, which is making a difference. When you hear that parents have children at School of Sciences Byimana, they are proud of it. So in a brief, that's what I can really appreciate.
Support by parents strengthens students' commitment to both the success of ESB and their individual success, which in turn leads to more development and growth in Rwanda. conscience, science, and excellence have been a daily motivation to all that have passed through the ESB school. Uwase Patrici is a former student of ESB, a holder of a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering and a Master's from the University of California at Berkeley. Currently, she is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Infrastructure.
Definitely, I think discipline in Byimana was a major part of the education we got. The other thing I remember was the statement we had on the sign on our uniform that said science et conscience, science and conscience. And that spoke volume to us, that in the sense that indeed, even if we were there to learn about sciences, even if we were going to leave the place with so much knowledge, we had to be careful to use it properly, to use science with conscience and discipline. So the routine of waking up so early in the morning at 5:30, going to bed at 9:30 p.m. and having to deal with the préfet de discipline, the animateur and animatrice, all those people ultimately led us to become so disciplined people that even after we left and went to university, or even in, let's say, in my job or every place I go to, I have that package. I carried it over with me, I think, for the rest of my life. I'm conscious of time. I'm conscious of how to use my knowledge properly. I'm conscious of how to use my power, the power I'm given by being, let's say, in the position I serve in the ministry, very cautiously, and so on. I think the education we get in Byimana is definitely life-changing.
Her journey to success began at ESB. As a successful alumna, Patrici gives advice to current students on reaching their goals at a young age so they can better serve their country.
It's an opportunity to tell them, to teach them that anything is possible if they stay focused, if they work hard. They should, uphold the values that Byimana instills in them: conscience and science. Learn to know, get a knowledge that will serve us as a country, and then also, like we put it before, understand that the discipline that's enforced at the school today is actually going to serve them for the rest of their life. So even if it might feel as a difficult time of their life, they're going through their teen years, and all those things might not be what they want to do, but ultimately it's going to serve them well. So only to tell them that life is there for them to grab it as soon as they're ready, but they'll need to use the opportunity they have to be in Byimana very well.
Kansimi Deborah is a student in S6, MCB, and ESB. Since she came in at S4, she has been impressed at how well the school is organized.
Before coming here, I was studying in New Life Christian High School in Kayonza district. I joined this school in 2017 for my Senior 4. I studied here Senior 4, Senior 5, and now I'm in Senior 6 MCB. When I joined this school, the life here is so organized, starting from the school uniform, how the kids, how the students behave in class. They are so organized, and the daily activities are always the same, like they are really organized. Being in Byimana makes me feel proud because there are so many things that changed in my life after coming here. For instance, I wasn't that organized at home. Like on Sundays, at home I would be the last one to go to church. But today, after coming to this school and saw how organized it is and saw how you can manage your time very well, I now go to church before all of the people in my home. And then, yeah, I owe it to Byimana, all of it. And then another thing I learned from here is that you can do anything. Be it a new language like French. I didn't know French before coming here, but because of being committed to the subject, I eventually started understanding French.
Its lessons on living and studying have raised her commitment towards doing everything she can to be successful. She shared with us their daily life, and she expects to return to ESB one day with her own success story.
Yes, when I finish my studies here and do the national exam, I plan on coming back and give hope to those kids and tell them how good this school is, what they will learn from it, how everything they pass through will help them in their daily life.
This school and other schools nearby have been privileged to be part of a great environment for education. Its good climate and long history fuels the success of schools in the region. Jean Damascene Nakuriayo is a Rwandan politician with a PhD in pharmacy who served as president of the Senate of Rwanda from 2011 to 2014, Minister of Health, and other government positions. He began as a student at ESB when Brother Alvarez was still the head teacher. He considers that the mission of the college is to give an intellectual education accompanied by a spiritual life.
Les frères avaient une autre façon d'éduquer les élèves de notre temps. Il y avait l'éducation intellectuelle, spirituelle, participation à la vie communautaire.
During his time at ESB, Honorable Nakuriayo was a player on the school basketball team before joining the National University of Rwanda team.
Le collège de Byimana, je crois, depuis les années 75 jusque de notre temps, moi quand j'ai terminé en tout cas, le sport était une activité où la direction de l'école s'investissait, que ce soit en athlétisme, que ce soit au niveau basket, que ce soit au niveau du volley et du football. Et ça se réalise même maintenant que dans notre temps, quand on voit les infrastructures sportives qui sont à Byimana, que ce soit au sein du collège même, ou à l'extérieur, quand on parle de ce qu'on appelait la plaine, là où il y a un terrain de football, ça c'était un terrain pour l'athlétisme et le football. Moi qui ai joué au basket depuis la 4e année, et certains des collègues qui ont évolué aussi au niveau du volley. Nous faisions des compétitions avec différentes écoles secondaires, telles que le Saint-André, le groupe scolaire, et même l'université à un certain moment. Et nous étions capables de faire une bonne compétition. Mais ça nous permettait qu'une fois au niveau de l'université, on pouvait se hisser au niveau des équipes premières de l'université, que ce soit en basket, que ce soit en volley ou au football.
L'heure du sport, tout le monde doit faire le sport. Et c'est très important. Hein? Ça maintient les jeunes en bonne santé et ça crée un très bon esprit à l'école. Hein?
The arts and physical development have also been important to ESB's pursuit of excellence. Students have access to playgrounds of musical instruments, which empowers them to both learn and compete. He is proud of being one of the ESB alumni and encourages anyone who has passed through the same school to contribute anything they can to help the further development of the school.
Et si on a accepté de contribuer une telle somme, ça doit être régulière jusqu'à la fin. Et quand tu as fait l'école, alors quand tu as beaucoup de moyens, tu peux être vraiment parmi les contributeurs d'honneur ou de haut niveau auxquels on peut faire recours pour construire un dortoir, pour construire une classe, acheter l'équipement et construire les labos. Et ça, je crois que ça pourrait être un bon atout et une bonne contribution de l'Armuna et de tous qui sont passés par Byimana et d'autres qui vont y passer prochainement.
Uweze Fidel was born in Byimana, 800 meters from ESB. He is one of the students who studied at Bukumero Primary School in 1957 for P3 and then joined ESB in 1960. He started when the school was the Ecole de Monetaire and then Humanité Scientifique before he completed his secondary studies in 1969. He then went to Russia for his bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees in mining. When he returned to Rwanda, he worked in mining, community development, country administration, and retired when he was in the Ministry of Land, Forestry, and Mines. Now he has his own engineering consulting firm, and he is very excited to see himself here with all his memories of a good life.
Vraiment, c'est formidable. Parce que ce que nous voyons ici, moi-même, ça m'intéresse beaucoup. Quoique je sois habitant de la région. Et parce que j'habite vraiment pas loin d'ici, il y a à peine la vallée ici. Son mari qui nous sépare. Sinon, je suis sur la route macadamisée. C'est là où je suis né. Et j'ai fait mon école primaire ici. Seulement, je suis venu ici transféré de l'école primaire de Byimana, près de la paroisse, là où sont les sœurs religieuses maintenant. Et c'est là où c'était en 1953. Moi, j'ai commencé mon école primaire en 1953 et je suis venu ici en 1954, en deuxième année maintenant. Alors, c'était une nouvelle école, appelée école d'application de moniteurs, puisque justement ici aussi venait d'être créée une école de moniteurs, de frères maristes en 1952. Alors j'ai étudié ici jusqu'en 1959, j'ai terminé mon école primaire, et puis j'ai fait un examen après la 5e année, un examen d'État, comme tout le monde. Les deux écoles n'ont pas commencé en même temps. Mais disons que cette école primaire a commencé immédiatement. Et que ici, on a ouvert en 1952 l'école secondaire. Mais déjà, en 1954, je suis venu étudier ici. C'est-à-dire que 2 ans après, je suis venu, donc les bâtiments ou les classes, tout ça, venaient d'être terminés. Alors il faut voir, dans l'idée du formateur de l'époque, il s'est dit, eh bien, je crée une école secondaire de moniteurs et je crée une école didactique à côté pour que les gens puissent y faire des stages. C'est ce qui s'est passé. C'est pourquoi l'idée est la même. Et ce qui est peut-être différent est quand est-ce qu'on a terminé les constructions. Mais il faut aussi dire que ces constructions ont continué. Parce que la partie que vous voyez là a été construite plus tard. J'étais prise ici, mais c'est lié directement. C'est une sorte de prolongation. Et tout ce qu'on a fait ça, on a multiplié par 20, je vous dis, mais c'est toujours dans ce cadre-là. L'idée est la même, l'idée a grandi plutôt, et l'idée a produit ce que nous voyons maintenant. Oui, oui, oui.
Quelques-uns, évidemment.
Quelques-uns. Il y avait un examen d'État, donc après la 5e primaire, il y avait un examen officiel, et celui qui a remporté l'examen, pour la plupart, dis-moi, ils allaient là-bas.
Maniragaba Tarsis is a teacher with 35 years of experience. For his part, he appreciates the changes that have occurred in education to raise its standards.
Before, we were teaching science, I mean physics, from larger means for a body, macro, teaching it up to micro. Nowadays it is a change. We teach from micro, means from molecule, and we enlarge the knowledge up to the great mass, which is macro, the body. From atom, for instance, to the universe. While before we are teaching from larger body to the small body.
Being a school of excellence, ESB helps those who study chase their dreams with the discipline and intelligence required. In terms of helping students learn to be productive, excellent teachers are necessary, as well as the materials to help them with research and experiments.
As a student, you may ask yourself that how I apply this in my daily life. So there are many applications. As we're studying PCB, we're doing PCB. Most of us are having being a doctor. Most of us, I think, that want to be a doctor. Yes, we want to be a doctor. And you know, in laboratories, they practice injections. So when you're going to inject a patient, so some doctors or some students which are not trained, they may go to, when they're going to inject someone, then they start feeling. But you, as you are able to pin.
Alors, je ne sais pas comment on appelait Byimana. Byimana, c'était un type qui...
C'était une sorte de chef de...
Oui, de chef de classe ou de discipline, mais c'était un étudiant, un élève, pardon. Alors, il prenait une pierre bien faite et il faisait ça. Idem que pour faire sortir les élèves, pour leur signaler que l'heure est terminée, qu'ils peuvent sortir, on faisait la même chose. Pour retourner, on faisait la même chose. Entre-temps, on jouait ici. Et c'était la forêt. Là, c'était la forêt. Il n'y avait pas de... Je vois déjà une autre école, d'autres écoles. On a dû retoucher, on a dû agrandir. Mais vraiment, c'est formidable.
Il y avait ces escaliers aussi?
Oui, ces escaliers ont été construits en localisation ici, déjà. Oui, parce qu'on se rendait compte que les stagiaires avaient des difficultés. Ici, il y avait une pente. Il y avait une sorte de pente. Et ils devaient contourner plutôt les classes que vous voyez, derrière ces classes-là. Là, il y avait une route qui venait de là et qui arrivait ici.
As any person fortunate to get a good education, they come away with memories that last a lifetime. Imisigo, or avocado, is a word that symbolizes these memories to anyone that has passed through ESB.
My name is Kagame Geoffrey. I'm the president of Alumni. It is an association called the Sciences Byimana Alumni Association. It is an association of the former students since 1952. So we gathered all those students so that we can have one association. Our purpose it is to keep that relationship between the student, the former student of Ecole de Sciences Byimana, and the student who completed their studies since 1952, as I told you. So all of us, we've been here in this area, we've been studying. That's why we have that heart of coming and appreciate our school. Within that association, we have different promotions that have been completed the study so many years. So we always feel proud of Byimana, and that's why we always come here at the school to visit the school, to support the school. If there is any support, we always link with the parent committee so that we can have the same understanding.
Ici, nous arrivons à un endroit où les enfants sèchent leurs habits, mais c'est aussi en même temps un endroit, au moment où ils doivent se laver, ils viennent se laver ici. Ils cherchent de l'eau dans les robinets et ils se lavent avant éventuellement de retourner en classe faire l'étude ou bien d'aller prendre des habits au dortoir. Le dortoir que vous voyez là, que les élèves ont appelé maison blanche. Alors cette maison blanche, on peut nous approcher, voir cette maison blanche, c'est le dortoir des élèves. C'est un dortoir bien construit. Vous voyez, il y a même un autre endroit où ils se lavent. Et quand ils se lavent tous en même temps, c'est presque un spectacle. Voilà, ils suspendent leurs habits ici après les avoir lavés. On y monte et la maison blanche sert de dortoir. Maintenant, actuellement, je ne sais pas où les élèves qui y logent, mais il y a quelques années, on y mettait surtout les élèves de 6e, les grands garçons. Cela va sans dire que c'est un dortoir uniquement pour garçons. Vous voyez, la maison blanche est très blanche. C'est surtout le dortoir des grands. Je ne sais pas, peut-être que c'est encore le cas ou ça a changé, je ne sais pas trop. Mais il y a quelques années, c'était uniquement les élèves de 6e qui y logeaient, qui y habitaient. Et ici, il y avait un surveillant qui dormait ici. C'est le dernier né des dortoirs de l'école ici. Ce dortoir a été construit en 2003. C'est 2003. Les autres, c'est longtemps avant.
As in any Catholic school, the daily routine helps students grow physically, mentally, and spiritually, making them smart both on the inside and the outside. This is one of the colleges that has raised great minds for many years, and they are all grateful to have been part of this great institution. Every person who has studied always has memories he or she can't forget. Mupagasi Fidel studied at Bukomero Primary School and has good memories that live on in his head.
Et puis, le jour même de sa visite du ministre, qui a été accueilli par le chanson que nous avions étudié pour à peu près deux semaines. Il y a une chanson que je peux vous dire que nous avons chanté pour lui accueillir. En montant sur les escaliers, venant à l'école primaire jusqu'à l'école secondaire, à ses frères maristes de Bukomero habitent, si possible. Bukomero, Bukomero, ma localité, tu es mon poste préféré, à toi ma vie. Bukomero, ma demeure, mon délice, Bukomero, tu es paradis. C'est comme ça que j'étais trop petit. C'est ça que des phrases que je n'ai jamais essayé d'oublier parce que toujours dans les années que j'ai maintenant, il y a 48 ans, plus de combien des années 43, maintenant 43 ans, je crois. Bukomero, même jusqu'à présent, l'histoire de Bukomero, c'est une école qui donne des leçons aux enfants rwandais, qui intéresse, qui développe le développement national de notre pays.
April 23, 2013 is a date that lives in memory at the ESB. When the school was attacked by fire, it burned the boys' dormitory until firefighters intervened and rescued students from this dangerous situation. No lives were lost, but the school had to be rebuilt. Today, it is more beautiful than ever. ESB, a school that exemplifies excellence in education in Rwanda.